Hello and welcome back for another Film Room Sunday. My name is Cami and I'm your host for this Film Room Sunday. And of course, I do want to say a quick thank you to Southampton and Norcom for having me for their homecoming and senior night. It's your joy. I do hope you watch those videos. But again, I will just be going through a few games that we went ahead and talked about for our predictions with Cheese, who is our current collaborator. And so we'll just be going through those. And we're just going to do a quick switch. And so on the right is just going to be the predictions. So we did Northwestern versus USC. And then we also did Tulane versus Memphis. So we have 17-24 and 17-31. And we also have 27-24 and 24-35. And so we're just going to focus on Tulane and Memphis, which is a SBC or Group of 5. So with Tulane versus Memphis, we had Tulane with 38 and Memphis with 32. So Cheese was close with a 35. And I had 27 for Tulane. And Tulane had a win for that night. And it was a Friday night. And then we did have 11 teams for our predictions on Saturday. But we are only going to focus on just a few, just 3 out of the 11 that we have there. So we're just going to focus on Indiana versus Penn State, which is 27-24. Then we also have Texas Tech and BYU, and Texas A&M and Missouri. And so what we have here for Indiana versus Penn State, 34-20. And then we have the actual score, which shows us 27-24. So not too far off. Quite a bit. It's 6 all. Again, we did not have super high hopes for Penn State. And then we have Texas Tech, BYU, with 28-24. We have 29-7 for BYU versus Texas Tech. And then we also have Texas A&M and Missouri with 38-17 for their final score. And so just looking at that, we have 35-27, and the final score was 38-17. And so just a little bit lower than this one here. And he was a lot closer for Missouri. So again, we were both pretty good with our predictions. I will say he was a bit closer with some of them. And so let's just do a quick look into these 4 teams. And so first we're going to look at Memphis and Tulane. So just going in, we're going to look at Tulane. Sorry, y'all. And we're going to go down here. And we're going to look at team stats. And so just looking here, we have Memphis with, they had controlled the clock. They also had a lot more first downs, which you can see here, which is 23-17 for the Green Wave. And then Tulane had explosive passing with a 13.8, which they had a yard per pass. And then we also have a turnover-free game for Tulane as well, whereas Memphis had 1. So they had a very good job with their yard per pass and also the rushing. So they did have very good run game. Rather than that, we are going to move into Texas Tech, which had dominated as a ranked team. So let's just go ahead to them. And we were at BYU. And so for this, we are going to look at team stats again. And so BYU had 3 turnovers where Texas Tech had 0. And then we also had a not higher. So we had better yard per pass for Texas Tech and higher rushing. And so overall, the defense for Texas Tech had gained them a lot more control on the game. They had 149 ground game. And they had very close time of possession. So a lot of things very comparable, but not really. And then we're going to look at Indiana. With Indiana sitting at number 2 on the AP poll. And so they had 1 less turnover than BYU. Again, very comparable time possession. Also very comparable first down. And they did better with their first downs. So they had a lot of first down efficiency. And then we're going to look at one more, which is Texas A&M. And then we're going to look at Missouri. And so for this one, they had 1 less turnover. And then they also had better yard per pass. And they did better on first downs. And they were very good on both sides, which created very quick separation of efficiency with passing. So really, again, this was really just Texas A&M's game, which they showed out and could have gone up to 40. And they also have better control of time of possession. But again, I do want to say a quick thank you to my collaborator Cheese, who did do his predictions. He will be giving out his predictions on Tuesday. And I'll see y'all then. Bye bye.